highest marks. Who always ends up getting the highest marks? Assalamu alaikum, respected judges, teachers, and fellow students. Today, I'm here to talk to you about the patience of a champion, my definition of rising to a better self. Now, the quote that I mentioned gets me thinking, what does a champion really mean? What does it define in my perspective? In my perspective, I believe that a champion is someone who works together. A champion is someone who works with their ummah. In my definition, the ummah is a champion. Here today is the strongest example of us together, of unity, of patience. We all work together and are patient. Us here today is the greatest example of how strong a religion can be, and how we are all patient with each other. First and foremost, let us define what a champion really is. A champion is someone who surpasses their rivals to get to victory. It is someone who defends a person or a cause. The best example of this that I remember is of the Muslim Empire. If you remember, the Muslim conquest was from when we conquered Mecca in 630 AD to the fall of the Ottoman Empire in 1924. This is the greatest example. We were able to stabilize an empire for 1,300 years. This shows us that we can work together as a nation, stay together, united as an ummah. Now, let me tell you about my personal experiences. When I was younger, when I was about 6 years old, I joined a sport which I found was very appealing at that time, Taekwondo. 8 years later, here I stand in front of you all, a second-degree black belt. But believe me when I tell you that it was one of the hardest journeys I have ever taken in my short 16 years. I realized right away that I was one of the smallest and also one of the youngest competitors in my class. One of the youngest competitors in my class. I was intimidated by their sheer size. In that respect, I was always giving up. I always wanted to give up. But at that time, my instructor noticed that my confidence and my interest was being lost. So she decided to come and talk to me. She was patient with me. She told me that, you have to persevere. You have to have patience. And she taught me the greatest lesson that I will always remember for the rest of my life. That patience does not come in a day or a month or a week. It's made little by little, day by day, and together a collaborative effort creates patience. Now, Allah only tests those whom He loves, and Allah loves our Muslim Ummah greatly. Him himself has said that we are the best nation that He has raised up. In chapter 3, verse 113, He has said Himself that the Muslim Ummah is the greatest nation to be raised up. And I believe that's true. And this status is only given to us because of the patience we hold. In conclusion, I would like to say that all in all, we are inshallah trying to reach one goal, and that goal is Jannah. That goal is to be patient enough to pass this life's test and be able to reach Jannah. And inshallah, together, if we work in a united form, we will be able to be patient with each other and pass these life's tests with support. Joseph Addison has explained this best. He said that our real blessings are shown in our pain, in our disappointments, and our losses. But when we have patience, we are able to see the real form, and that real form will lead us to Jannah. Jazakallah.